Well, let's get the reaction now from Wendy Chamberlain, Lib Dem Chief Whip and MP for North East 5. Thanks very much for coming on the programme.
Thanks very much, Lewis, for having me.
What's your reaction to the resignation?
Well, I think the appointment of Gavin Williamson in the first place put Rishi Sunak's judgement into question. This is a man who shouldn't have been in the cabinet again, particularly given his previous transgressions. And the Prime Minister said at PMQs today that he regretted his appointment, but he had the opportunity to sack him as the nature of the allegations, the language of which being used, Gavin Williamson has not denied. He had the opportunity to sack him, and instead he's left it in a position where Gavin Williamson has resigned, which I think has weakened the Prime Minister's position somewhat.
Rishi Sunak said that he wasn't aware of any specifics before the appointment. What do you make of that?
Well, he was obviously an MP whilst Gavin Williamson was Chief Whip, and particularly what Anne Milton was saying last night, it suggests that he had quite a reputation. So Rishi Sunak clearly must have known that reputation prior to becoming Prime Minister.
And what do you make of Rishi Sunak's initial period in office? Clearly you have criticisms of him and his judgment in certain appointments, but his argument was that the right thing has happened now. He welcomed the resignation and time to move on.
He said at the dispatch box today what he said when he was appointed Prime Minister, which was professionalism, accountability and integrity. If we look back over the last 2 weeks, we have seen the Gavin Williamson situation, we've seen the ongoing controversy in relation to the Home Secretary, and we've seen a PM who has just returned from COP27 having been shamed into attending by Boris Johnson, the former Prime Minister. I don't think it is off to the best of starts.
What about this idea that we had a commentator on earlier suggesting, the tough thing about being a Prime Minister is that you're fundamentally accountable for other people's behaviour. And that is always slightly difficult. And for that reason, you should cut the Prime Minister some slack.
I think the nature of the politics that we live in now, Rishi Sunak had the time over the summer to put the team that he wanted to have in place together before he was beaten by Liz Truss. He had the opportunity to make some decisions at an early stage. You have to get these critical decisions right in the first instance. You get slack when you call the big decisions right. Sunak hasn't done this on this occasion.
Wendy Chamberlain, thank you very much for coming on the programme. Appreciate your time.